Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Katie and you're watching ChoKwonDeezMakes, a channel where I talk about my sewing, knitting, and general making journey. Today I have a knitting podcast for you. I am wearing my step-by-step sweater by Florence. I'm sitting on the ground. This is in a cotton yarn from Hobby Lobby. Nice and inexpensive. This is when we all thought they were going out of business. Not business. They were getting rid of all their yarn, and so I went and bought a ton of yarn, and this is a result of that. And I also have some yarn from my mother-in-law that she gave me from that same event. But I'm gonna go through my finished objects, a few whips, some gifted acquisitions. Can you count those as acquisitions? I'm going to. And then I will go through my plans for the rest of the season. So let's get started. Sorry y'all, I just sneezed a bunch. Okay, my first finished object is my Farnham sweater by the Knit Pearl Girl. This is in Hobby Unicorn Solid in the color green tea. This is how much I have left, whole skein and like 5 grams. And my stripe color is from Rich Hill Yarn. This is their fingering, and the colorway is called Canal Walk. I got this at Dances with Wool, which is my local yarn store. Love them, shout out. The only modifications I made for this sweater is I shortened the length of the side seam or the body of the sweater. I think it's like 10 inches. Yeah, about 10 inches. And I did not do a tubular bind off. I'm a very tight knitter, so I like to do a knitted bind off where you knit 2 and then knit them together. So I did that for all of my finished edges. Guys, look. Okay, I still didn't clip the ends, but I wove them in. Yay! Wove? Yeah, wove them in. So this is it blocked. I really love it. It's nice and lightweight, and I have been dying to make this sweater since it came out like last year. So it's finally done. I'm so happy. I love it so much. I might make a solid color one, like no stripes, because I love the silhouette so much. But I'm very happy with this sweater, and the instructions for it were really easy. At first I started just cutting the stripe colors instead of not twisting it, but like carrying the floats down. I did that on the body. See, that's the insides. So just kind of cut it in. I didn't cut my main color, just the striping color. But on the sleeves, I realized how much easier it was to just carry it down. So you live and you learn, right? It was much nicer on the sleeves too because the circumference was much smaller. I think I just get overwhelmed with all the balls of yarn attached, which is funny because I'm doing a colorwork sweater right now, but do you count stripes as colorwork? Let me know. I don't think I count stripes as colorwork. My next finished object is a test knit. This is my first test knit ever, and so it's really exciting. This is the Geronimo beanie by Yessie's Designs. Can you see it? It's got like a knit and purl pattern. I'll probably take better video. This is blocked also. I made this in Ba Yarns Sequoia base. This is from Untangled in Ketchikan, Alaska. This was part of my yarn trip in Alaska, where I visited a yarn store at almost every stop. You can see a little bit the purl and knit designs. It comes in this non-folded brim and also a folded brim. Very nicely written. I love the decreases at the top. Can you see them? Love the decreases. You could probably make this in a day. I cast it on the ribbing one evening and then finished the hat the next evening. This is how much yarn I have left. I think it's 100 skein, 100 gram skein, and I have like 30 grams left. Let me look. I have my scale here. Come on. Yeah, 30 grams left. So I might make like a little pom-pom. I think that would be cute, or maybe just put it in like a scrappy project. I have so many scraps. I need to figure out what to do with them. Should I put the hat on? I'll put the hat on. Can you tell my favorite color is green? It's so cute. I did a, can I fold it up? Does that look weird? No, that looks fine. I did a knitted cast on instead of a long tail like the pattern suggested, because I am a tight knitter and that translates to my cast ons as well. So I either do like a crocheted cast on or a knitted cast on. But it's so cute. Oh my god, I love it. This yarn is super soft too. This kind of looks weird. I have a small head, so disregard. But I'm at gauge, so if you have a normal head, this would probably fit you just fine. I'm thinking about making another one in a white color so that you can see the pattern a little easier and doing the double folded brim. But my head is so small. It's comical. Let's see how my hair looks. Good enough. All right, y'all, onto whips. My first whip here is a little shrug for my sister. Caroline, if you're watching, don't. It looks wonky because I haven't done any sort of blocking, but it's got a high-low. I did a garter stitch hem instead of ribbing because ribbing with chunky needles hurts my hands. So I did garter on the neckline and on the hem. It's high-low, drop shoulder. I did not take her arm measurements, which is my bad, but she's like 5'2", so I figure if her arm length is about the size of her height, cut it in half, account for her hand, and like measure from the middle. That's how I'm gonna get from here to the end of the sleeve. That's how I'm planning on getting that measurement. But it is being knit in Barnett's Softy Chunky, and the colorway is Aqua. It's 100% acrylic. I don't really love gifting people things that could be cumbersome to wash. So I tend to gift knit in acrylic or cotton so that they can toss it in the washer or dryer. Superwash, I'm sure would be fine, but I never know what people's sensitivities are gonna be to certain fibers. So I won't be upset if like, they're like, oh, this is yucky feeling, you know? So that's my sister's Shrug. I've already been through one skein. I'm on to, this is skein 2, and I've already started the sleeves, so we'll see how many skeins I get through. This is just stash yarn. I had her go through my stash and see which one she liked, so very excited. My next work in progress is an improvised balaclava. This is what I have so far. Yes, I'm working it from the bottom up. That's just how I tend to do things. I'm in the middle of a row, so give me 1 second. I don't like purling, so I kind of English style left-handed knit. Does that make sense? Like I'm a continental knitter, so I keep it in my left hand and I do this. Okay, finish my row. Now I can try it on for you. Ready? Ta-da, look how cute. I'm so excited. This yarn, I'm gonna keep it on. This yarn is J'adore Fibers. I have the label. It's backwards. J'adore Fibers, it is in the base Angel Fluff. It's 70% mulberry silk and 30% merino. It is so incredibly soft. I got this at Woolen Folk, RIP. And the preview night, I saw this fiber and was like, oh my God, it's beautiful and it's silk. I knew I wanted to make like some sort of head covering out of it because silk is like good for your hair. Anyways, so I bought 2 skeins of it. This is it caked up. Look how cute it is. Can you see it better? It's very fluffy. It's kind of getting blown out. Maybe if I show you on here. There you go. Nope, still getting blown out. That's pretty accurate. That color's accurate. Okay. It's kind of slubby, so it's a little bit difficult to work with, but it is so soft and I'm loving this texture. Did I tell you I'm just making up the design? Oh, fluffy. I am really enjoying it, and obviously it's coming along nicely. I'm hoping I can finish it this week. I'm kind of taking a break from knitting all day and because my wrists hurt from the chunky knitting. But that knitting, what am I knitting it on? 4 4mm needles. So it's not too much fatigue on my hands and I'm really enjoying it and I'm loving this soft fiber and I can't wait to wear it on my face and my head. My latest work in progress is the porcelain sweater by Knit. Once again, in the middle of a row. What the heck is wrong with me? This is how much I have so far. I'm loving it. The yarn is a little itchy, but it's extremely lightweight. I am knitting it in, I don't know how to pronounce this brand. CHOKWONDeezMakes, C-E-W-E-C, in their base Tibet. It is 24% yak, 55% merino, and 21% polyamide. It is a chainette yarn. Can you see? No, you can't see. Let's do the darker one. Yeah, there we go. Fluff. chainette yarn. It's very soft and lightweight, a nice fuzz to it. The grayish color is a little bit like tonal. There's some brown and lighter grays and like taupey colors. Maybe I'll insert a picture. Actually, both of them are a little bit tonal. You can see there, and you can't really see on this one. Can you see on this one? I don't know. Anyways, they're a bit tonal, but I'm loving the contrast. I tried to go close to the sample color. I saw someone who did like a red for the contrast color. That was really pretty, but I'm not a red person. And I already had this yarn in my stash, so why not? Very lightweight, so I will be able to wear a shirt underneath of it in case the yarn is irritating. I'm holding it up now and it's not too irritating, so not too bad. This is 2 days of progress. Let's see when I get it done. I'm not gonna rush because my hands are hurting, but I am also hoping to get it done before the end of winter, duh. Those are my works in progress. I only have 3. That's pretty good for me. And I'm excited about all of them. Okay, so I have a few acquisitions. I don't know if you will count them as acquisitions because they're gifted from my mother-in-law, but I'm gonna count them because they're new to my stash. So, I believe they're both from Hobby Lobby. I was talking about this earlier, right? I said this yarn was from Hobby Lobby. I hope I did. In my brain, I get Hobby, the yarn store, and Hobby Lobby confused, I think. So I hope I said it right in the beginning. But this is the Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed. I think this one's named Stonework. It's like a purple to blue to cream, and the cream has speckles in it. Very nice. This is a loosey-goosey skein. So it's probably gonna be like kind of stripey, which will be nice. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with that. But the other one, I don't have a label, but I'm fairly certain this is also from Hobby Lobby in the same base, the Authentic Hand Dyed, right? Yeah. No idea what the colorway is, but it's a really cute, like a cream base with rainbow speckles. Very nice. I'm thinking about getting a mohair in one of the speckled colors to accent it because these are 100% merino and I don't really want them to pill too much. But I'm thinking of doing with this one the waffle sweater from Knitting for Olive. I already have that pattern. We're knitting our library this year. So I'm thinking of, I don't have much mohair in my stash, so I might take this to my local shop and see what they got. Very excited for this. I have so many plans and none of them are like mindless knitting. Like it's either color work or charted lace or something like that, and maybe that'll force me to slow down because I am making so many things all the time. I need a break. I need a hand break. I got these from Joann's. They're like the little compression sleeves. I didn't realize how bad my pain was until I put these on yesterday. I was like, oh my God, I can move my wrist like this and it doesn't like feel like my hand's gonna fall off. These are not part of my acquisitions. I've had these. I'm just rambling. So for my plans for the rest of, I don't know, until the next episode, hopefully I will finish my balaclava this week. I have a dentist appointment, so I'll probably take that and just work on it in the waiting room. I'm not planning on finishing this porcelain sweater. Hopefully I can get it done by the end of February. I'm not gonna rush because the sleeves are also color work and I already have trouble finishing sleeves, so we'll see about that. And then my sister's Shrug, hopefully I can get that done also by the end of January. I was thinking I was gonna finish this by the end of January, but I'll probably finish that this week. So Shrug by the end of January, balaclava this week, porcelain sweater whenever. And then my next things, after the balaclava, I'm probably gonna cast on the big bow bonnet. Who's that by? One second. The big bow bonnet by Park and Knit. This is some yarn from Sweet Georgia in their mohair silk DK, which matches the pattern. It's 90% superwash, merino, 5% mohair, 5% silk. 100 grams skein in the colorway Peony. You can't see, you can't read. Okay, this is the color though. Nice, nice. It's like a tonal pink, very similar and inspired to the sample pictures on Ravelry. They're just so cute. And then my next plan is, I can't decide. They're so similar, okay? These two yarns, very similar, right? This one is from Miss Babette. I got this at Rhinebeck and I just saw it and grabbed it and bought it, and I didn't really know. I didn't even like read the labels. This is the first time I'm reading the labels. That is so bad. The colorway is Killington and it's their DK base. It's 85% Polworth wool, 15% silk, 120 grams per skein. I think I have like 5 skeins. Very pretty colorway. Can you see? Can you see now? It's kind of washed out. But it's variegated just like this one, and they look so similar. But this one is more blue and this one is more cream. Can you tell? I can't tell on the screen. I can tell in real life. I'll put some B-roll. But I don't know if I want to do the waffle sweater or the olive turtleneck. I'm gonna look at the pages. The waffle sweater is a lace weight. The olive turtleneck is an Aran weight. This is DK, so I could probably do the olive turtleneck, which, no, that wasn't my original idea. I bought this for the waffle sweater, I'm fairly certain, but I might do the olive turtleneck in this one, and the waffle sweater in this one. But that's pretty true to the color, except it's blurry. But I just realized they're very similar and these yarns are really similar. So is it even worth having 2 different sweaters, similar design, similar yarn? Am I gonna get them confused? Who's to say? I will figure it out. but I think I would rather do the olive turtleneck first and then the waffle sweater. So we'll find out. You and I, we're gonna figure it out together. I think my other plans, as far as making goes, I'm probably gonna spend a lot of time sewing. I have a quilt that I'm working on because I'm hand stitching it together. And my hands are hurting, like I've said a million other times. So I'm gonna focus on sewing for a little bit, give my hands a break, maybe only knit a few hours in the evening while I'm watching TV, and then work on like sewing, not quilting because the stitching also hurts my wrists. So maybe next week you'll have a sewing video. I have two projects, the Edgewood sling bag and the Helena jeans. Edgewood sling bag by Bethany Lynn and the Helena jeans by Anna clothing something. But this is a knitting podcast. I don't have to tell you about my sewing adventures. I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. That's all I have for you knitting wise this week. I think maybe next week I'll have a sewing video. I hope that's okay. I'm gonna diversify because I had a knitting video 2 weeks ago, knitting video this week. So I think it's time we share some other bits, you know? And give my wrists, my carpal tunnel a break, and get some machine sewing going. I have some hand stitching, but that also hurts my wrists. So I will see you all when I see you, hopefully next week, if not in the next 2 weeks, and we'll see how far we get. I hope you all are having a lovely week, a lovely month, a lovely year, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.